to the Hilton here in Park Lane for, I guess, a double announcement today. Two great bits of news. Seems like major news breaking every day at the moment in British boxing. The first piece of news, we're delighted to agree on a new promotional agreement with Chris EUBANK Promotions, and of course working with Chris EUBANK Jr, the current British middleweight champion, and ahead of a great fight on June the 25th against the unbeaten Tom Doran, the British middleweight title. June the 25th is a very, very special night. Of course, the first defence of Anthony Joshua's world heavyweight crown against Dominic Brazil. Chris EUBANK Jr against Tom Doran. Fantastic world title eliminator between George Groves and Martin Murray, and a number of other top fights on the card as well. I'm very excited to talk about the future with Chris EUBANK Jr and also this outstanding fight on June the 25th. Firstly, as you know, we've worked briefly in the past before on some great nights in Sheffield, and of course the Spike O'Sullivan fight at the O2 Arena. A fantastic performance from Chris EUBANK Jr, winning the British title against Nick Blackwell at Wembley. And now we're very excited to move for the future. Of course, I've been told what to do and what to deliver, and no disrespect to Tom Doran, who's appeared on a number of our shows. It's a fantastic test for Chris EUBANK Jr, but my instructions are very clear, and that is to make the Gennady Golovkin fight. And there are many people who talk about that fight in world boxing, but not many that would sign and bite your hand off tomorrow. And here we have a young fighter and an advisor and a role model that will, and they'll do it now. So I know we're here to talk about the Tom Doran fight, and I know it's a very difficult fight, but I wanted to get this message across to the British media and the worldwide media that we are here and ready to commit to a fight with Triple G now, today. Talked with Tom Loeffler last night, talked with him this morning. We know they've got options, they're in a wonderful position. But here we have an option that's real, ready, and more importantly for them and their business model, ready to put pen to paper. So, no disrespect to Tom Doran, I know he's got his plans on June the 25th. Both guys fresh off the back of Fight of the Year contenders. Tom Doran just winning the WBC international title in an unbelievable shootout with Luke Keeler at the Echo Arena. And first things first to get through June 25th, but my instructions are very, very clear and the way forward with Team EUBANK, and I will be doing everything I can to deliver. Firstly, as always, we would not be here without our exclusive broadcast partner Sky Sports, continuously backing us ahead of a wonderful weekend of action next weekend. Ricky Burns attempts to become a three-weight world champion at the Hydro Arena in Glasgow against Michele DeRocco for the WBA super light welterweight title. And the very next day at Everton Football Club, Tony Bellew will challenge Ilunga Makabu for the WBC vacant cruiserweight world title. Unbelievable times for British boxing. And I'm going to pass you over to a man instrumental in those times, the head of boxing at Sky, Adam Smith.
Thanks, Eddie. To make it very, very clear, the excitement that we've all got at Sky for the state of British boxing at the moment is considerable. I think the best ever. You're very, very interested in next weekend, the double dose from Glasgow and from Liverpool, as Tony Bellew has his dream night. That should be something else at Goodison Park. June the 25th though, and that's a day, a summer sizzler for everyone's diary. Not only have we got the return of AJ, who I know is training extremely hard for what's in front of him in Dominic Brazil. We've got cameras out in California following Brazil, who believes he will shock the world. He was embarrassed, pained by what happened with his compatriot Charles Martin, and you'll be seeing in a couple of weeks on The Gloves Are Off a very, very dedicated guy and an excited guy to come and try and break the AJ bubble. But on a splendid night at the O2, we've got George Groves and Martin Murray. We've now got this. It's brilliant to have Chris EUBANK Jr and his dad back on Sky. I was tremendously excited when Eddie told me the news. It's really, really good for us. I am fascinated by his career, by his journey. But I've also really enjoyed what's happened in the last year and a half to this man on my left, Tom Doran. Let's not forget him. Let's not talk about GGG at the moment. Tom Doran is an unbeaten pro who, having won prize fighter, has proved that he belongs in these sort of fights. And I think the last time we saw him, those 4 minutes were possibly the most exciting 4 minutes I've seen in many years at a domestic level. You know, he got off the canvas, he beat Luke Keeler, who was a very, very dangerous assignment that night, and Tom Doran deserves this opportunity. I think it's a really good fight, and I think it's just another reason to be tuning into Sky Sports Box Office on June the 25th, laced with action, a fantastic top of the bill, a fantastic chief support with, well, take your pick. Is it Rose Murray? Is it EUBANK Doran? It's a double one, isn't it? And then you've got stacks of other fighters on the card. I think it's going to be a brilliant one, and we'll be giving you everything in the build-up as usual on .com, on Sky Sports News, and of course on Linear. So welcome back to Sky, Chris EUBANK Jr., and welcome Tom Doran to what should be the fight of your life as well.
Thanks, Adam. Firstly, to hear from the Doran team, as Adam said, had some fantastic performances on Sky. Of course, winning prize fighter was a great night for him, and coming through in a number of other fights since, and that big win against Keeler. I'm going to hear from trainer Shane Thomas. Shane, a great opportunity for Tom, but certainly one that he deserves, a shot at the British title.
Yeah, it's a fight we really want. We asked Dave for it. Dave's asked for it. And, it's a great show for Tom.
The fight's been very well received on social media already. Yeah. Tom is the underdog in the fight. How do you think the styles will gel in this fight? I know you won't give tactics away, but game plan important ahead of June 25th?
Yeah, we'll be working on the game plan. But like I say, Tom does, I know what good Tom is, so it's one of them. So it's a 50-50 fight.
Tom, obviously you took this fight in a heartbeat. After talking to Dave, it was a fight you wanted. Do you feel now this is the natural step for you to challenge for the Lonsdale belt?
Yeah, of course. You know, thanks to Eddie and Matchroom for getting me on another fantastic bill, and for Dave Goldwell's part in negotiating that. But this is what I want. I've got the British title shot in my eyes right now. It's a belt I've wanted since I turned pro. And now it's in my sights. I intend to take the opportunity with both hands.
Many people change for the belt in fights of this occasion. Obviously, you've not boxed in front of 17,000 at the O2 before, but you have won prize fight live on Sky. You have boxed at the Echo Arena in front of 10,000 people before. Although it's a big occasion, you feel like you're ready for this. You've already gained that valuable experience.
I do, yeah. There's been a couple of massive shows at the Echo, in front of those raucous Scousers, and I think I'm going to soak up the atmosphere on the 25th of June and rise to the occasion.
And finally, I know you've watched Junior on a number of occasions. I know you're smart and you study the game as well. What kind of fight do you expect? And obviously, same question to you about the game plan, but you know exactly what Junior brings to the ring.
Yeah, of course I do. I've seen plenty of what Junior does. And he's a great fighter. You can't take that away from him. But I'll be working to a game plan, and I think I've got the tools to overcome the challenge.
Thank you. Ronnie, great to see you back. Looking very well as always.
Thank you.
And a great win last time out, and now moving forward back to the O2 Arena, and first defence of the British middleweight title.
Yeah, it's great to be back with Sky and Eddie and everyone involved, to Wish. Seems alright, mate. Too nice a kid to be a fighter, and he's training nice people. It's nice. Looking forward to the fight. EUBANK's still in great shape. He was in the gym within 4 days after the fight. His weight's perfect. He's looking brilliant. So better look out, son. All the best to you.
Obviously, you know him inside out as well, and lots of talks about these fights against the very best in the division. You feel now, as part of the training team, that he's more than ready for those challenges?
Yeah. He right. I go by this. It was 3 years ago when he sparred with Groves, and we had to be there to believe it. I'm not going to put Groves in, he's a great fighter. And the same with Froch. Whoever you put him in with, he will rise to the occasion, and he's like the old man. I never had any worries with the old man who he fought. He knows how to get the job done. He's one of them boys, he knows how to win. So I'm respected. I think he will win. I know he will. As we wouldn't put it with the old man, he wouldn't put him in the king beat. So he'll win that, and then he's there. He's there already, but he's even more there. He can beat Goliath. He's got the style to beat Goliath. That's all I'm going to say.
English, welcome. So welcome back. I don't feel like we've ever been apart. It's been a fantastic couple of weeks. Like you said on the phone yesterday, it's good fun at the same time. We're delighted to be working with you again, and ahead of June 25th to start, and then moving on and talking about your plans for the future of EUBANK JR.
Tom Doran is whatever he has been in the past, he's going to raise his game by about 4 to 5%. So he's going to be dangerous, and he can punch. I've studied him, and I have instructed and taught my son not to look past the next one, just win the next one, and the championships come. Just deal with the next one. So on the 25th of June, Junior will do what he does, and if it is as I know it to be, compelling drama. If he performs, then we get past this one, then it's the 29th, I believe, of August? Okay. Because we'd like to get that Lonsdale belt. We are very proud Englishmen. We want that Lonsdale belt. So if we can get 3 fights in before Golovkin, if he takes the fight, because personally I don't think he will. But that's another point, and we have to concentrate on Tom. But that Lonsdale belt is important to us first, and then Golovkin. If you can make the fight, then it's on double deal, because we have a 2-fight deal. If you can get Golovkin, that may actually create a long-term relationship, of which I would like. But you're going to have to work for your bread. Okay? You're going to get the fight. Talk is cheap. Personally, I don't think that Golovkin will take the fight. I think his people would be very wise not to take the fight if they know boxing. The energy that Junior has, as far as I'm concerned, with my mathematics of stop laughing at me. My daughter's laughing at me. She's heard it all before. My mathematics, I don't see how Golovkin can win the fight. And we are fierce, and we are relentless, and we are bold. And so if you can make that fight, we're very happy for it. Not discounting the fact that we have to get past this young man on my left in Tom Doran.
Thank you. Junior, it's wonderful to see you back at the O2. It's a very special night last time you boxed there against Spike O'Sullivan. It was the perfect platform, the perfect auditorium for you to do your thing. And same again, more of that, and looking forward to another great performance on June 25th.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. It's a great platform. I've always said Sky Sports is one of the best places, if not the best place to fight in British boxing. You guys are really putting it together. So to be back on this world stage is a great opportunity. We've got a solid fighter in Tom Doran. I'm sure he's going to come and he's going to try and cause an upset, and that's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see a competitive, drama-filled fight. So hopefully we can put it on for you guys. I know I'm 100% ready. I'm in the gym, I'm training, and once the weight's off, it's going to be fight time. I'm looking forward to it.
Obviously, there is talk about the future, and we know you're focused on the 25th. How much does that talk and that attention to future plans affect your preparation, or is it just, as Chris said, one fight at a time and deal with the 25th first?
It is one fight at a time, but obviously when you know you're working towards a super fight, then that always plays a role in your training and your preparation. For me, it's a positive thing. It makes me train harder. It makes me focus more, because I know each step I take, I'm getting closer and closer to a huge world-level, world stage fight against Golovkin, against anyone in the top 3, anyone who has a belt. you know, this is what I dream of, to pursue these guys and to take them out in devastating fashion. And like, you know, obviously we've got Tom Doran here, and we're not looking past him at all. You know, every fight is dangerous. They know that by beating me, they're going to elevate and project themselves into, you know, onto a world level, and publicity-wise, it's a great thing. It's a huge opportunity for them. So everybody comes to fight. So I can't take anything for granted. So you know, we're going to get past Tom, and then we're going to move on to these guys, and we're going to take over the division.
Thank you. We look forward to a great fight on June 25th and a huge night on Sky Sports box office at the O2 Arena, sold out in 30 minutes. If you have your ticket, congratulations, because you've got another barnstormer on your hands at the O2 Arena. All the guys here are going to be available for one-on-ones, and we've had the photos, but again, thanks for coming. Look forward to a great build-up on Sky Sports, and don't forget not to miss the action next week for the huge double-header Saturday and Sunday in Glasgow and Liverpool. Thanks for coming. Cheers.
Just one more point, that we're not, it's a very ugly word, but greedy. We're not greedy. But there is a super middleweight division as well. And after we clean up, after Junior cleans up the middleweight division, there's a fellow called James DEGALE, you know, and he was rude to Junior some years ago. And we remember this, and we have you on our minds. And so, you know, he's going to be the first port of call when Junior moves up to super middleweight. Everybody's been boiled and cooked. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. One-on-one is available now. Thank you.